More now on those dangerous leaks that are coming out of the White House. Our next guest tweeted the following: Obama caught on tape being weak to Russia is more dangerous than Trump caught on tape being strong with Mexico. Just to remind everyone what we're talking about here, this was the moment when President Obama spoke with Russia's president at the time, who was Dmitry Medvedev.
This is my last select date for you. Yeah, and after my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah.
And I transmit this information to Vladimir.
I mean, it's amazing, right? Former U.S. spokesperson to the United Nations, Ric Grenell, joins us. And Rick, I mean, we were talking at the beginning of the show about the idea that these transcripts of these calls between the president and other world leaders being leaked out to the news media and just thrown everywhere, that how dangerous this is. At the same time, people are doing it to try and blast him. But you pointed out that what he said is nothing like what we actually saw on camera and we just showed people.
Yeah. Look, let's start first with the leaks. We got to prosecute the leakers. This is terrible. Having partisanship permeate our intel agencies is really dangerous. It's a slippery slope. It has to end, and we have to get serious about it. By the way, you know, the news media, they love the leaks. They're not going to help us. They're not going to investigate or highlight the problems. They feed off these problems. So it's really up to Washington, D.C. politicians and responsible people to crack down and stop this. But the point is getting caught on a hot mic unexpectedly is never good. Obviously, we never want to see that. But for President Obama, it emphasized a weak moment in front of Russia where he was literally caught telling the Russians, you know, give me a little time and I'll be able to do more after I kind of dupe the people of America. I'll be able to come clean with you guys and do your bidding. That's really what he was saying. For President Trump, however, getting caught here is a popular moment with his base because many people are annoyed with Washington, D.C. status quo. They're annoyed with politicians. They don't like what's happening. And seeing the president get caught on a hot mic unexpectedly, showing kind of annoyance with the status quo, I think is going to make a lot of the Trump supporters say that's why we hired him.
Yeah. Do you think it's as easy to find the leakers as our earlier guest said, that basically you know the people who would have had access to that transcript, and if you got out a polygraph or a lie detector, you could just go down the list and figure out who it was?
Absolutely. First of all, if it's classified information at all, as soon as somebody opens it, there's a record of who opened it. If somebody printed, there's an additional record of that. So let's just talk about the unmasking information, which, you know, I know that the distribution list for the information after the unmasking was found was wide. There are people at the NSC and at the State Department who were surprised that they were on the list getting so much of information. So the motivation from political appointees like Ben Rhodes and Susan Rice was to give this information out as widely as possible, knowing that the gossip chain would take over and somebody would leak it.